It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome.
This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with their opponents.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Back to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. They run. It's Kamara. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let him know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward. I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Kevin Farley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. BLITZ got it, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. We're scoreless after 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And that is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again to Henry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this one is right down Broadway.
And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He'll look to throw.
There's Beckham, great grab. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
2nd and 9.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On second down now, Britt. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still third and long.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
From the gun, here's Tannehill. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And now we'll see punter Tyler Newsome. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and gets going?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Now a toss, Kamara left side. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Tannehill now to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A 10th carry for Kamara. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll set up to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Coming left is Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They're going to look to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll run on first down. Dupree. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And Monty Rice there on the tackle.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
5 yards remain on second down. They'll look to throw. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays. It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? From the 5, third and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
And Lutz puts this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Tannehill. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 33.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
1st down and much more for Henry. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lancers have moved out in front. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. Is this a touchdown? That's the question, CD. What are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Henry. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll set up a throw. He completes it to Beckham. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back to throw again. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's 2nd and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Tannehill to throw. Into the hands of Ingram. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. First throw in overtime for Tannehill. Caught here left side by Brent. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. On 1st down, Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
He showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big 1st down here at OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that 1st down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. Trying the left side with Kamara.
51 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll run on first down. Dupree. A gain of 3, second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive.